Baby, it's cold outside.
I wouldn't sing that too loudly if I were you.
Why not?
Well, didn't you hear? It's banned from CBC, Rogers, and Bell.
That's ridiculous. How come?
Duh, it's about date rape.
It is not. It's a playful back and forth between two adults.
Haven't you even heard the song? It's about this guy getting this girl drunk and taking advantage of her.
The man's not forcing booze down her throat. If she's getting drunk, it's because she wants to.
It's not very appropriate today considering the Me Too movement.
What does the Me Too movement have anything to do with this classic Christmas song? The woman in this song wasn't violated. Don't believe everything you read on Huffington Post. Anyway, I'm leaving.
That whole situation really offended me.
Ashley, we talked about this. You talking really loud really offends me.
And when you criticize the volume of my voice, it offends me. Sorry, I've just been having a really bad day.
Oh no, hon, what happened?
This morning, a guy called me beautiful without my consent.
He what?
Okay, so that skit was exaggerated a little bit, obviously, but what isn't exaggerated are the facts. The Christmas classic, Baby It's Cold Outside, has been banned from certain radio stations here in Canada, including CBC, Bell Media, and Rogers. And no, folks, we did not go back in time. Songs are still getting banned in 2018 because people are making it their duty to dissect a song written 70 years ago through a cynical lens. Baby It's Cold Outside has a lovely melody, but it's an ode to statutory rape.
Recently, we've woken up to the song's more date-rapey undertones.
In sum, the man gets the girl drunk amid her protestations so he can take advantage of her, says an article on the National Post referencing a former article of theirs. So, first of all, I don't think a man can get a girl drunk. We as women in this day and age are independent, capable beings, and nobody will argue that. How can a man get a girl drunk? If the girl is drinking, then it's her choice, and it's hypocritical to say otherwise. Like I said earlier, the song and video are 70 years old, and they originally come from a movie called Neptune's Daughter. Does the man in the original video come off a little aggressive and creepy? Yeah, I'll agree that he's being a little aggressive.
What, are we supposed to care about this guy's toxic, wounded masculinity?
I'd also agree that the woman is making excuses as why she has to leave, saying that her family will worry, neighbors will be suspicious if she stays the night. And that's the thing. Believe it or not, back in 1949, we were a bit more conservative, and it would have been a big deal if she had stayed the night there. So keep that in mind. I'm sure that if she did stay the night, then there would be talk the next day, but unfortunately, we will never know how a made-up character from a movie was truly feeling about the situation. Easy fix. In the real world, men, take this as an example, try not to act like this. Women, take this as an example, and if you really want to leave, leave and be very firm about it. And the radio stations can do what they want, but in my opinion, they are caving into complaints made by very easily offended people because they care more about pleasing the public rather than standing their ground. I'm not going to dissect this 70-year-old song and prove why each line isn't offensive because I'm giving you guys the benefit of the doubt. I don't think I need to do that.
What's in this drink? Could the seasonal scumbag date rape alarm be going off any louder right now?
I'm completely against censoring at all. And to take this Christmas classic off of the radios, a Christmas classic that's been done by Michael Bublé, who used kids in the video to make it cute and bring new light to the song. Lady Gaga performed it with the roles reversed. There's lots that can be done here, but one of those things shouldn't be just removing it so no one can learn from it. If we continue in this direction, we're going to be slowly erasing our history, and history will end up repeating itself because nobody has anything to base their actions off of. Okay, so Brady and Kiona wanted to perform Baby It's Cold Outside in our school Christmas concert, and they were advised that nowadays that song might not be an appropriate choice. Kiona, what do you think about that?
Since I was a kid, it's been my favorite Christmas song, and I've always wanted to sing it with a guy. And for that, like, I've always viewed it where the woman has wanted to stay and he wants her to stay, and it's like a romantic interaction. The fact that, you know, news channels and different radio stations are not playing and accepting this song because of a few, I feel, misinterpretations of the song, but yet they allow things to be published where in the songs they, you know, rap songs where they talk about literally like raping women, and they talk about, you know, abusing women, and like that's like, you know, my bitch and stuff like that, and yet we're focusing on things like Baby It's Cold Outside. I feel like it's the wrong place to put your focus. There are so many bigger issues, and it's an insult to things like the Me Too movement that's so serious because people are relating it to that. It's like, no, this is not a huge thing. This is a misinterpretation of what the song is about.
For instance, in a lot of hip-hop culture, rap culture, there's a lot of bigotry, instances of drug abuse, abuse in general, killings. Like, there's a lot of more mature content that you might not deem appropriate. And I understand there are parts, for example, citing lyric, "Say what's in this drink," coming from the woman. When I heard that, I was like, okay, well maybe they have a point, but
I just wanted to actually let you guys know, if you didn't know already, that the song Baby It's Cold Outside was written by a man, meant for him and his wife to sing in front of guests at Christmas parties. So do you still think that the implication of something in her drink holds up?
She could have just been like, what's in this drink? Like, is there alcohol in this drink? Like, maybe that's why I'm feeling so like, oh, I shouldn't drive.
not only does it strengthen our points, but along with that, I just find that adds to the beauty of the song if we really take a look at it, because it's a good song. It's beautiful.
It's not that he's saying, don't leave, and she's like, no, I want to. It's that he's saying, don't leave, and she's like, yeah, I probably, like, I don't want to leave, I probably should.
If we really wanted to make a change, we'd actually play the songs on the radio and talk and say, this is wrong. What's happening here, if it were to be happening, is wrong, and we can't do this. But by censoring it, we're not stopping the act. And the more we educate and not censor, the better. Because if we censor, there's no learning process whatsoever.
And finally, do you guys have anything you want to say to these radio stations that have censored this song?
I think it's unnecessary because of the song, like, because I just don't believe it's an inappropriate song, but I also think that if they're taking the time to censor such a little thing like Baby It's Cold Outside, maybe they should consider other things they're not censoring, you know? Like, there are so many songs I hear on the radio, and I'm like, how are they allowed to play that?
We also have to realize that that was their time. That's how they lived, that's how they grew up, that was their lifestyle. It's the same thing, but even there, the song doesn't directly imply that.
Awesome. Great. Thanks, guys.